Hello, hello, and welcome. This is a channel where I'm using just my own homemade cards and etc. And going over my art that I did a few years ago that somehow is all happening in real time at this point. So with that being said, let me go ahead and clear the table. This last reading I did yesterday, and I will post it as a community post, and I'll do the readings for what I have done earlier in this week. This reading was basically at the end wondering if this person's integrity was for sale, which is unfortunate because there's a lot of people whose integrity is for sale. And unfortunately, some of those people are in places of authority. I have an odd suspicion that there are different people in different sectors of places where you're supposed to trust the people, and there's different people and they're all working together in order to do things that aren't really that great, and ultimately is harming other people. And that lack of integrity, of course, spills out into the community where they pay people who may think like, you know, maybe $100, $200, or maybe even free food or something is enough to get people to say, yeah, I'll go ahead and lie, or I'll go ahead and participate. And they are, I guess, the flying monkeys for those people. But let's move on to the reading, huh? And I apologize if some of these cards go out of screen. I'll do my best to show them to you before we put them down. This is my first reading with this setup using these cards. So first card is doll. Can be used as a term of endearment. It also can be used as a child's plaything. Let's see where we're going with this. I usually just kind of shuffle the deck and then just pull from the bottom of whatever comes out, comes out. So we've got pros and cons. My apologies, I did not show it to you. Pros and cons list. Someone's making a list. Perhaps it's this doll, term of endearment. Someone who's nice, sweet, you know, innocent. Rose-colored glasses, pros and cons. Are we just viewing things with rose-colored glasses? Is this the way that this person actually lives life, considering they're both with a pink background? This person could be a Leo. This person can have a lot of strength. With the eyes being green, healing is their nature. Drain, perhaps this Leo or this person, this poor little doll, is being drained by something. Perhaps being drained by having to make a list of pros and cons. You know, am I seeing what I'm seeing? Am I, you know, is everything seemingly happening the way I think it's happening? Is it not? It's draining this person, unfortunately. They just really want to just sail away. They just want to take a break, a vacation of some sort, feeling awful alien. This person could be out of this world, or their thoughts could be out of this world for the general population. No one knows. Travel. There's that travel card again. This person wants to travel away. Maybe they're making a map. Maybe they are traveling for work. Maybe their mind travels, considering we've got this UFO card. Crack. We have shack upside down. Maybe they're coming out of this lack mentality. We've got the ball and chain next. Maybe they're trying to get out of shack mode and it's causing a whole ball and chain. Caged heart. A heart that can't love the way it wants to love. A heart that feels trapped. Mind you, notice how the chain has broken here where the chain is actually intact here. So perhaps this is a new avenue of which, the direction of which they're going or heading. Recycling. Fishbowl. Isolation. We've got traditions. Maybe they were in isolation and they're wanting to return to isolation, or maybe this ball and chain is wanting to cage this person's heart once again like they had it before and isolate this person. Whether it is through holiday traditions or family traditions, perhaps this is how they grew up and this is how they understand life to be, that they can kind of try to control other people because that's just the traditions of their livelihood. There is an end and a stop to that. We're finishing with that whole ideology. We are completing that cycle. Those traditions are no longer accepted and they are coming to an end. We've got key. Perhaps this person was, I don't know why my words escape me. It's been like this for a few months. Perhaps this person is the key to this completion. I do not know. We've got to let it go though. Maybe you just need to let go and relax. Let go of the troubles because they're going to still be there. Just let them work themselves out. We got a solidus. / describe network addresses, URLs and addresses, means or and. Just use or easy way out. So perhaps whoever this key is, because of the traditions of past, was a caged person. And maybe whoever these people are letting this go. Or perhaps it's something that is on the internet already. Maybe it's already been found out. We've got a frog, ribbit, ribbit. Someone who doesn't know that they're transgender yet. That's in the Urban Dictionary. Kissing a lot of frogs to find a prince. Maybe there's a frog in the mix of things. Having moments. Go moments. Blooming. Rabbit. Rabbit, quick, multiple, like pregnancies. Perhaps they enjoy physical intimacy on the regular. Perhaps a prince is going to be coming in. And the relationship's going to bloom. Perhaps these people are going to be sending in a prince. Making it appear to be go time. And wanting to grow this person's nature of that sort. With magic mushrooms. Bandage could also be bondage, trying to cover something up. Maybe they're trying to cover up the magic. Maybe they're going to send in this person in order to cover up the magic and make it seem like it wasn't what it was. We've got pup here. Of course, my card's not finished yet. We've got pup. That shows loyalty. Has an empty bowl though. Someone needs to take care of that pup. Someone needs to take care of that loyalty. Or we've got all the bones on the outside of the cup. Maybe it's not what's in your bowl that matters, but what's outside of your bowl that matters. Lipstick. Someone who likes to wear lipstick. Someone who likes to wear makeup. Perhaps it's live in peace. That's my motto. Live in peace now so you can rest in it later. We've got a colon. Maybe you need a colonoscopy. I don't have the notes on that, but I know that it kind of starts in with a list of things, right? Going back to the pros and cons list. Look at that. Maybe this person, whoever this is, who had the magic mushrooms and is trying to cover it up, and instead wants you to focus what's outside of the bowl instead of what's inside of the bowl. Maybe they've offered you a house or a place to live. Maybe they have the house. Look at the fine details. When you see an asterisk on a word, it always tells you, right, to go down to the bottom of the page to see what the more information is on that basic word. So maybe this invite for this house or this stay or this gift, there's fine print involved, and you've got to be mindful of the fine print, right? Taking a plunge. Maybe this person who's trying to cover up this magic mushrooms and have you concentrate on what's going on the outside in a broader sense instead of details on the inside. Camouflaging the words that they're saying. Dressing up the words that they're saying. In offering you this house and wanting you to take this plunge into the emotional abyss. There's two birds there. Those are supposed to be geese. And you know the geese, whenever you see a big flock of geese, that means that there's communication coming. So perhaps this offer came in a communication of sorts. Got the number 5 as a number of change. There it is. Let me see if there's any words on the plunge. Risk. This is kind of like the Fool card. Taking the plunge, taking that step out. And when you take out the step out, perhaps it's going to create a change for you. The person's just fishing, folks. Whomever this person is offering you this house and whatnot, they're hoping that you take the plunge and just come out like the Fool and just take that step to make the change, but they're actually just fishing for information. They're trying to catch you. They're trying to hold on to you. Trying to capture you. And look at that. Put you right back in the fishbowl. Let's capture this fish who's out there free, swimming around, enjoying life. And let's put him in a fishbowl so we can recycle our traditions. They're wanting to change your independence. I know it's frustrating. You know when you forget your password and now you have to go back and it's like you almost have to go through hoops, and you got to change your password, then you got to prove who you are, and you got to give all your email information already, and you're like, come on now, you've seen my face every single day, every time I turn on my computer, but yet I've got to wait for your email to give me the passcode in order to change everything that I needed to change because I forgot my password. Maybe there's too much stuff on your mind. Whomever this person is fishing for information is getting frustrated because their methods aren't working, the usual ways that they try to capture the heart of someone. No matter how hard it may seem or how out of the world they may be, they just don't understand why their tactics are not working. They've tried everything. They've tried changing your mindset. They've tried covering the magic. They've tried offering you a house. They tried fishing into your emotions based on the words that they were using. They tried to say that they really enjoyed being with you. And they're frustrated. Again with the map and the travel and the passport. This person is taking note about where they've already been and where it is that they need to actually try to get a better stance on how to get back into your world. And in the beginning we saw this doll, this little naive lady or the nice girl or whatnot, really making lists of the pros and cons of this person, trying not to use those rose-colored lenses because she realizes that all of this emotion, no matter how long she sits on the beach and watches out into the ocean wishing that she could just sail away onto a cruise ship somewhere, it's draining her. And she's going further and further away. She wants to see the world. She wants to get away. She wants to expand on her horizons and get out of that shack mentality. Bottom of the deck, I just turned it over, is period. We've got that finished card and we've got that period here with the map. I hope you can see all that. All right, now I have my word cards. Word cards. I noticed that when I made my word cards, all of a sudden everybody was making word cards. Well, they're more like phrase cards, I guess, is what they're doing. These are double-sided with different words. Otherwise, I would have had a huge stack of cards to use, and I just didn't want it. It's kind of like those word buttons that people have for their pets. Oopsie. When you need a word, you just add it to the deck. Of course, I haven't added any words to my deck since. So we've got karmic. Right there on top of the frog was not intentional, folks, even though it seems like it might have been. Then the cards that fell on the floor, we have diplomacy. Let's see what's underneath. We've got a Z. Maybe it's somebody's initial. Maybe it's their nickname, beginning of their nickname of sorts. Maybe this person is a diplomat. Who knows? Maybe this person is a karmic. Non-event. They have not been around. They have not been in contact. No lady of mine. Let's see what else is going on. Phone is ringing on my side. I don't know if you guys can hear it on the video. The magic mushroom. Did you guys see the mushroom? I don't know. Just kind of put it down there. Taking the plunge. Maybe they're letting go of the magic. I didn't even know magic was a real thing until maybe about 3 years now? Found out coworkers were heavy into magic. Blew my mind. To me, anytime you take away someone else's free will, it's just not right. It's just not right. But to each their own is what I say. I just don't participate in that. Oh gosh, we have manifest. They say that's actually a form of magic as well. I don't know how to do it. Maybe if you think about it enough, it's supposed to happen for you. I don't know. Make no mind of it though, right? To each their own. I don't mind. Do your thing. We've got more cards on the floor. We've got message. Build. Got W. 7 upside down. Maybe it's more than 7, less than 7 people. Well, that's real helpful, right? It's not the number 7. Oh, 7 is a spiritual number, actually. So maybe it's not of the Holy Spirit. There you go. Whoever it is lacks balance. There's a lack of privacy here. Could involve a Sagittarius. One of my co-workers was a Sagittarius, or still is, I guess. Not sure if that individual practices in magic. I know she used to look me up and down awful weird. I didn't understand it, but I figured it was her perspective. She could do whatever she wanted. Again, each their own. I don't take anything personally anymore because I know that these people are just dealing with their own stuff. How do you take it personal when you're just the person that they're using in order to direct it to? So they can learn their own lessons, I guess. I don't know, but you can't take that personal. Alrighty, then I have these other cards that I had made, and they're really hard to see on film or on camera or on video. But we've got value right there on top. And I kind of just sprinkle these around to see what happens. What goes where. We've got a blank. We've got delight upside down. Whoever this is not very happy. They're not very delighted about what it is they're doing. And their memories upside down. Maybe their memories are a little bit different than your memories of the situation. What the heck, upside down? I guess it's no surprise. It's nothing that happened unique. It's nothing unique. It happens all the time, I guess. Hey, beautiful, when they call and say, hey, beautiful, how you been? Golly, lack of privacy. How do you know if I'm beautiful? You know what I mean? Falconry, using birds to hunt. There was another term or information I had on that when I made the card, and for some reason I cannot think about it, but the main point is that they're using birds to hunt. Like if you're always seeing crows around, we had a crow in our store, and it flew in one day when we had a new assistant manager join us, and it was like when we left that night, she was tapping on the glass and she was like saying something to it, and I kind of looked at her like, what are you doing? But I'm like, you know, to each their own. Once again, these are all blanks down here, so maybe it's extra emphasis on this frustration, whatever they're going through. This person might be tipsy. They may be, whoever has the W might be tipsy. Oh, and there it is. Underneath it, it's a choice. It's always a choice if you want to be tipsy or not. And there's the flame, passion. Maybe this person likes to get tipsy and have moments of passion, right? Maybe they're wanting, whoever this person is wanting to get you tipsy so they can have moments of passion with you. And forgive. Just forgive ahead of time. You know what I mean? You got to forgive people for being who they are. If they're unhealed people or if they're dysfunctional people, I mean, you've got to forgive them. I mean, you don't have to. You don't gotta. But for your own mindset and your own lightness of heart, so you don't have that caged heart mentality, it's always good to forgive, right? Nobody's perfect. Everyone's dealing with their own stuff in their own way, and they're on their own path. They all got to figure it out. All right, and there's more, folks. I also made these cute little clay tarots. Little tarot deck and a clay disc. And I sprinkle those around and see what comes up. And I have to tell you ahead of time, my tarot knowledge has faded, along with my vocabulary and my ability to speak. I don't know why. It is what it is. But we have a lot of numbers here, actually. We do have I call it the Jack because it's hard to put a page or a prince when you've got a princess or whatever else. So I used the Jack of water, which would equate to like a page of water. So the one with the emotions and whatnot. Then we've got the 9 of water, and we've got the 10 of flames, or the 10 of wands. So these would be cups. This is earth, the 3 of earth. Again, I cannot for the life of me think about what that means, and I apologize. We've got the 2 of air here upside down. And underneath this blank we have the 8 of earth. 8 is an infinity number, I know that. We've got the 9, which is a completion of a cycle. So we've got the completing of an emotional cycle here, and then we've got the completion of the, the 10 of wands, if I remember. It is the completion and the new beginning of something, of passions. Took a lot of work, for sure. Considering we have the 2 water signs, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, we have 2 earth signs here with the Taurus, Capricorn, and who's the third one? See what I mean? That's not right, folks. That's just not right. But it is what it is. We've got all these blanks tiles over here with the beautiful, just pebbles, stepping stones in the wind. With that said, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this story using my artwork. Leave your comments, please. This is going to be the first video of this new channel. Thank you so much for being here, and make it a great day. Take care.